Alright guys, Dokkan time, and it is part 2 of the anniversary now officially, or at least a couple hours from that point, and we should be getting the Infinite Dragon Ball History stage tonight, or if not on login. This will be technically stage 24, the warriors who fought the Majin, or Demon, I don't know which way it's going to be translated, but it's not a terribly difficult fight, as all Infinite Dragon Ball Histories are not difficult to do. They're mostly there just to give you some free stones, you know. At least like 30 stones here. We got 1, 2, 4, 6, math, 9, 12, 16, 20 stones. 20 stones, 2, 4, 6, 7, 27 stones for free, basically. The hardest part about this whole thing is there's 8 phases. You go through basically one of every typing up until you hit Goku with the Spirit Bomb. He can be stunned, ironically enough. Oh, boss stun. Oh, the boss can stun you. Oh, that's interesting. So the boss can stun you. Just keep that in mind. Yeah, Goku can... oh, okay, wait a minute. Vegito dodges. Vegito dodges. Okay, keep that in mind. Vegito dodges. I don't think it'll be a problem, but Vegito does dodge. The Spirit Bomb Goku, though, can stun your unit, so if you do have some form of knowing which attack will be a super attack, just keep that in mind of who you put in front. But let's see, the 2 special categories are Majin Power and Power of Wishes, specifically. Now, Majin Power is a little difficult, to say the least. I mean, you either have one of these 2 leaders or you don't. And virtually every unit on here is from Majin Buu Saga, except for, say, like Android 21 and some of the crossover, like Dragon Ball Hero units, like freaking Buu Nemba and Babidi Buu. But those would be the only ones not basically on the Majin Power team. Of course, there's Oob as well. I will personally take advantage of this and try to use my Android 21. But if you're trying to get everything blown out in one single run, you might have a little difficulty, as Majin Power is very underpowered unless you have the new AGL Super Buu. If you have the new AGL Super Buu, you're probably going to sit pretty. You probably bring AGL Super Buu, bring maybe Kid Buu or the new STR Super Buu EZA. And whatever else, you know, you need. Because you gotta realize, you only need 3 of each of these category units. So you can make one full team of Majin Power, or not Majin Power, but Majin Buu Saga, run the new Z-Bomb Duo as your leader, because he's Final Trump Card. Oh, he's Final Trump Card. Oh, no. I take it back. So your Majin Buu Saga leads at that point. Shoot. Let's see here. So Power of Wishes and Majin Power. Yeah, it might be a little bit more wonky to make a team out of a Majin Buu Saga that has also Power of Wishes. Obviously, they're on Majin Buu Saga, so you can definitely bring them as a teammate. Maybe you could make a wonky team out of Power of Wishes. Let's see, how many Super Boos are on here? If any at all. On Power of Wishes, really, there's no LR on here. Okay, so Power of Wishes team is definitely not plausible as far as these guys go. What about a Final Trump Card? Can we rock a Final Trump Card? Final Trump Card. We do have Buu Tanks. We do have the STR Super Buu. And that's pretty much it. Buu Tanks and then Super Buu are it. That doesn't give a lot of leeway. I mean, you could run both of the Buuhan, the Buu Tanks, and then the Super Buu. You could very much run, but it's going to be really difficult to run a Final Trump Card team. If you have those specific units, I'd say you should be fine. You'll have to float off the Buuhan, probably. But I would say you could still use this as a leader, for sure. Just bear in mind of what you're running into here. Honestly, I don't think anyone should have any issues. It is definitely feasible to make a full Majin Power and Power of Wishes team. I don't think it's going to be too difficult to run both of these categories under there. Obviously, the biggest weakness is Majin Power doesn't have a lot of units on there. Like, if I want to run my Android 21, she's not on a lot of categories that are going to be able to benefit me specifically with that team, obviously. But I personally will find a way to make her work. But along with, for everybody else, y'all at least have, I mean, you got freaking Super Boo, Easy A, you got freaking Kid Boo, Boo Tanks. There's a couple options in here as far as a Majin Boo Saga team could definitely lead you. And of course, at the end of the day, if you're having a really, really difficult time, I mean, you do have a couple free-to-play options. Not the most amazing free-to-play options, but you do have the LR Oob. He's a free-to-play unit. You do have the Android 21 units, which I know a lot of people are going to be like, that's not a good free-to-play option. Not for you. For me, it is. But yeah, there's not a lot of options, unfortunately. Majin Power might be very restrictive if you're a new player. Otherwise, it's more about just kind of managing the units and their rotations. Power of Wishes shouldn't be too bad, though. Power of Wishes would probably be the easiest to run through, in all honesty. Power of Wishes won't have any issues. Majin Power will be the actual challenge in this event. And at the worst case scenario, you just do 2 runs instead of 1. But yeah, anyways, it's going to be easy free stones, Dragon Ball history, but let me know what teams you guys use, and I hope you have a good day and a good night.